Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing, coming to you with some prompt shares for Junk Journal July, as well as doing two of the prompts with you on camera. Today we're going to be doing packaging and light in the same page, and let me show you what I did off camera. I've been very busy with other things, and so I kind of gave myself permission to just sit down this morning. It's Saturday morning, July the 13th, and I'm just been spending the morning just having fun working on the prompts. I did the prompts, I believe I had left off at 5, so I did 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9 and 10. So I did 5 prompts off camera. So let me show you what I did. These are some things we're going to be using in this video today. So, oops, wrong way, other way. This is the front of my journal. So we'll just look through it really quick. This was Spark. This was a postcard. This was Fold and Labels. Let me see if I can put this down. This was lettering, which I kind of cheated and just did some printing on some vellum and made a flip thing. We've got wildlife. I did this one off camera, so just a little story. So this is a little silhouette of a wolf, and because I am a wolf, I married a wolf, and so all of my wolf cubs are wolves, and so I thought it was appropriate for wildlife prompt. So and then I had this little scrap in my bin that says the children that people love, and I thought how perfect for this prompt for Wolf and my family and all of that. So I just basically did some background papers, some vellum, which I really love that layering. This is a piece of vellum that's a part of this part. And then I'm not sure why I brought pink in there. That was kind of different. I took my white gel pen. It's a Uniball Signal pen. It's my favorite white pen. And I just did an outline around that little guy and did a rub-on behind just to create a little bit of atmosphere there. Not really very wildlife, but that's what we did for that prompt. And then this one is Window and Observe. So I got this image off of Pixabay. I use Pixabay a lot in my art because it's a copyright-free website where photographers and creators post their stuff and you can use it. They just like you to credit where you got it. So I just thought this was really cool. I loved this page, actually. This was really cool. This is a rub-on. This over here is a rub-on. And then this is some vellum, some butterflies from my stash. This is from a magazine. Oh, it's not glued down. I'll have to fix that. Sorry. Beauty. I just thought that captured the whole page really, really well. And I just did pause, breathe, observe, and listen, which is one of my goals here in the summer as I'm off school / work. And so I loved that I was able to capture the flowers and the window in one image. So because this whole scene reminds me to slow down. So I really, really enjoyed it. And I just, before we go on, I have to tell you that this challenge has been very, very therapeutic for me. Even sitting down and doing 5 prompts this morning, I have had a blast. Like it just felt really unencumbered. It felt very free. It felt very like ruleless. Like there's no rules. I don't think there's rules in art, period, but we set our own bar and we set our own expectations, and then we can get frustrated when a project doesn't go the way that we thought. I feel like there is an enormous amount of freedom in this style of creating. And when I do Junk Journal January, I'm going to do the accordion book again because I love being able to kind of link these pages together and just have them move one right into the other. So that was that prompt. Let me just attach. That's bothering me. It's a image from a magazine. Stay down. And then I just put some specialty paper there. I'll probably trim those hairs off later, and then this was in my everything here is from my scrap bin other than the main image. The butterflies were from my scrappy, or my butterfly cutouts. But this is a scrap. This was a scrap. And that brings us over to scraps. So this is what I did for scraps. I just took scraps from my bin and I cut them in strips. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces going across, and I just glued them on, and then I just inked them a little bit with some vintage photo archival ink, which helps to kind of separate them a little bit. I'm hoping that you guys can see that okay. So that's what I did. And then I thought, well, why not use one more scrap? So I had this other piece of scrap which came from this, and I made a tag that folded over the opposite way. So I'm going to open this for you, kind of painful. Put an eyelet on the tag top. Sorry for my tapping. I can feel that and hear that. And then when you open it up, then you've got this long tag that can be written on. And then I made a pocket out of the other piece of scrap from this piece. So just a kind of a scrappy pocket, but I loved being able to just bring in these colors and play a little bit with some scraps. So that was a pretty easy prompt. So I'm going to feed this back through because otherwise it's going to get in my way. So bear with me a quick second. So how are you guys doing? Are you participating in Junk Journal July? I know I'm following some folks on social media that are doing it. And some people that I know, not personally, but I know them more than I know, just your average Joe. Oh, come on. Come on, let's get in there. Where's my pokey scissors? I'll just grab a pencil. Always hard. I can't find my pokey tool. It probably fell on the floor. So I need to retrieve that. Oh my goodness. Okay, you know what? We're just going to take it out and I'll put it on later. So that was that prompt. So now we are on, and then I did, sorry. This one's a little stiff because I just finished it. This whole fold was really tough. So I'm going to have to kind of massage that and figure out what happened. I don't know if it's something on the other side that's binding, but it's popping up quite a bit. So I need to work on that when everything's a little bit more dry. So this one I did thread and stamp. So I was working on the Sweet Yvonne journal, and I had my sewing machine just went absolutely berserk because I did a lot of sewing all at once. And so I got this big, massive amount of thread that I had to pull out and untangle out of my machine and give it some TLC. So most of it is not sticking out. It's not sticking out as much as I wanted it to, but you can see it. And then I thought this would also kind of count as thread. This is a tea bag, and I just did stamped on the tea bag. I'm going to pull that parchment out because I glued it down and I wanted it to make sure it didn't go through. But we've got this tea bag pocket with this beautiful hydrangea lily kind of stamp. So that's, what's down there? Something's underneath that. That's so funny. This is a stamp from Your Creative Studio, one of the subscription boxes. I've done a lot of unboxings for them. So, and then I had some pre-stamped images in my my card ideas, card backgrounds basket. So I just kind of followed along with some of these lighter, paler colors, and I painted her little shirt or dress there and painted her hair a little bit. And then I just put her in the tea bag pocket like that. So that was thread and stamps. So I did 2 stampings there. So now we are on to, as I mentioned, packaging and light. So let me just set this right here. Don't have enough room here. I'll show you what I've already done. Did do a little bit of prep work, so I need to open this up. This is the only thing I don't like about the accordion style is you do have to kind of have it out in order to have a flat area to work on. So it takes up quite a bit of space there. So perfect. So as you can see, I think we're gonna do 2 pages. I'm just gonna glue that piece of vellum down. It looks like I need to trim that off as well. Let me do that really quick. We're going to do two page spread since I've doubled up on other on other prompts, so we'll just have some fun creating on this page and this page. So what we're going to do is I found this image also on Pixabay, and so isn't that just the most precious thing ever? The combination of two amazing things, light and flowers. And I really believe that we are the light. Wherever we go, we are the light for someone. And, you know, and again, light and flowers go together, because who doesn't get happy when they see flowers, right? It brings light to your life when you're amidst real flowers, things that are growing, anything that's growing, quite honestly. Speaking of which, my husband just picked some cucumbers out of the garden, and they are delicious. He's been having a garden for many years, and usually the cucumbers are kind of bitter, but these are so delicious. So makes me happy. So that's the light prompt. And then I have this piece of packaging. So this is the packaging. I didn't even finish like trimming it down. I just wanted to show you that it is packaging, and we're going to cover it in packaging because I do not like the white. So I'll be trimming this up as well. Obviously, I'm trimming these bits off. Yeah, we'll be trimming the flaps and this off. So that is our prompt that is the second prompt. And this is, I'm just showing you the die that I used because it was just slightly smaller than the window. So I did that. And so this is our circle from that, which we'll just put in our scrap bin. And so in order to prepare though, I need to, I'm going to speed through. I'm going to lay some more papers down here just to get some background effect, and then I'll come back and we'll get going on the rest of it. This was my paper that got wrecked when I was stitching, so I threw it in my junk journal, and this was my testing, which that would actually be kind of fun to put down, except it's double. So I don't know if we can get away with that or not. It's probably pretty thick, so I might use that for something else. I did stick this in, but you can see all this edges, which is actually kind of neat. So let's go ahead and use a piece of that. This is a little bit of a heavier paper. It's probably a 65-pound paper, so I'm going to go ahead and use my Bearly Arts glue because the glue stick does not tend to hold, especially this folded part, very well. So I'm just going to go ahead and use the white glue. So this heavier paper has been a real struggle for me because I print most of my stuff on 65-pound paper, so that leaves me really thick scraps, but I think I'm making it work okay. So there we go. We've got our fold there pretty good. Let's just bend that a little bit. And let me just continue to cover this page, and I'm going to stop yakety yakking. just about finished covering this. I'm just trying to trim as I go because it helps me imagine things a little bit better than having things hanging over. So we just need another piece or two, and then we'll be able to move on. I just want to get some different, maybe get some color in here. I don't have much color going on. See if I can find something a little bit thinner would be nice. This is another image from Pixabay. I did a mixed media piece with this. I absolutely love it. You know what? Let's use it. Let's just let that carry over to the next page. Why not? Why not? I am going to tear it because I don't want that straight corner. Oh, and then I've got my white core showing. Just use the scissors and make that kind of better. Okay, so our fold is about right there. So I'm just gonna put that in place. Don't have to worry about anything over here. This is the last that we're doing for this spread. So that's a little bit straight for me, but you know what? We're gonna just roll with it. So I think I want something up there. Got a little piece of, this is rice paper. It's really cool. No, this, yeah, is this rice paper? No, yes, this is rice paper. I printed some digital tea-dyed paper on this rice paper. Really cool. Love rice paper. See how it's a little bit transparent, but not a lot. So I think I want to put that up there. I don't like to leave this base for some reason. I don't know why. It's just not very pleasing to me, but of course, you know, you guys do what makes you happy. There we go. Awesome. Okay. So I'm going to set this aside because we're going to do some stamping on that packaging before we cover this packaging. So first, I'm going to go ahead and cut off these extra edges. I've had this piece of packaging in my packaging basket for a while. Oh, I know where it even came from. Miss Vanessa. It came from Miss Vanessa. She sent me, I purchased a lot of her packs, her vintage packs, but she had sent me one as a gift. And within the gift, she had put this little box with some lavender, a little lavender bouquet inside, and that's what this is. That's what this is. So it's not perfectly clean, but that's okay. So we're going to stamp on this. We don't have to stamp very much. I got a ton of stamps out. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what I was thinking. So let's just stick with this stamp. This is one of my favorites. It's a Tim Holtz or Stampendous stamp. And so we're just going to do some stamping around that. Well, we're just going to stamp the whole area because this is probably going to mostly cover. So let me just get a little more ink. I'm nervous. Okay. I'm just going to go off. So I'm about there. So I just want to go off to that side and then to the top as well and just give that a press. I am stamping right on my glass mat. It's not a big deal. Oh, perfect. Love it. So now we need a little bit more. So I'm just going to put a little bit on the edge of the stamp here because I don't really want to double it. So when I put this down, I'm just going to press on that edge. Yeah, there we go. And I think that's enough. I might do one little butterfly if I've got something small. Let me just reach. I was thinking way too big, as I usually do when I pulled out my stamp stick. I'm gonna need a ton. No, I don't need a ton. I just need a little bit. Where's a small butterfly? I know I've got one somewhere in here. There it is. This is the guy I was thinking of. Need a little bit of glue on that just so I can hold it, and I'm just gonna put it in my ink, and we're just gonna fill in some areas here. So this could have actually been stamping too, I guess, but I didn't think that far ahead. Oh, lovely. Let's do some more. So pretty. Let's just butterfly this thing. Love it. Okay. Sweet, sweet. Okay, so now we're going to get this over here. Let me just wipe that up because that'll be distracting for me. But I have this glass mat I got off of Amazon, and I absolutely love it because I don't have to have anything else down. It cleans up. Everything cleans off of it really, really easily. So it's super nice. Just dry that really quick. And I am going to be using my my Barely Arts for this gluing because well, no, maybe not. Yeah, I still think we need the Barely Arts. So I'm going to put it right on the base here. Now, of course, one could have just stamped on this, but I'm not. I mean, it's so funny because I love white, like, love it. My whole studio is white. I love the bright, light, clean feel. But when it comes to creating with white, I don't like it. It feels just too, I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird thing. Now, obviously, I could have also stamped after I put I cut the circle and just put it on here and then stamped, but then I would have had to guard the window. So I'm going to go ahead and trim. Oh, it's a little bit crooked. What the what? See if we can slide it over. I don't think we can. Yeah, we're stuck. We're stuck with it. It is okay. Perfection is not at play in the studio and in Junk Journal July. It's been really a joy to watch different videos and see how people are interpreting the prompts, even those who aren't doing videos, but they're letting us see what they're doing on social media. Is kind of cool. Okay, so let's just finish that up. I'm debating on whether or not I want to do a little bit of stitching around this. Wouldn't that be a fun addition? What do you say? Should we? Should we? Should we? I think so. I'm going to take a moment and I'm going to do some stitching and I'll be right back. Okay, there we go. So you're probably wondering, why did you glue if you were going to sew? Well, I didn't know I was going to sew. And I rarely do know if I'm going to sew, but I've been practicing bringing my machine over. It's on a cart, so I can just wheel it over by me and plug it in. So I love this so much. And as I was stitching it, I was thinking about, and if you guys, for those of you who've been watching my channel for a while, I talk a lot about like the symbolism, but around things like the light and the flowers and that kind of thing, as well as the stitching, and how sewing and stitching always is very meaningful to me, because I'm just going to zoom this in a little bit, because we are all stitched in some way. We all have been stitched together, both metaphorically, but also like in our hearts, in our spirit, in our experience, and all those things. So sewing always is meaningful to me too. The stitches really say a lot in my story anyway. I don't know if that's the case for everyone, but I'm just going to bring this back over. And it's really dirty, but that's okay. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, we need more stuff though, because this is a little bit too plain. So I'm going to reach and find some rub-ons or something. This is one I got from, I think I ordered this off of Amazon. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm trying to think of one. I really like that bird. No, this is not Amazon. I think I ordered this off of Etsy. I just started searching rub-ons and whoops, and found a lot of sellers that sell rub-ons. They're a little bit harder to find than they were, you know, back in the early scrapbooking days. I'm just going to try to pull all these pages out. There we go, and see what I want. I do definitely want the pink themed papers, so I'm just going to set those there, and I think I want to do this right here. So where's my ink? There it is. I'm just gonna reach. I'm not gonna bring it. I've got you out of seeing my desk when I was doing the 5 days of prompts. Like, I was so buried in paper here, and there was just a great amount of healing in that. Just to freedom to just play and not worry about anything. So we've got room here. So I'm feeling like, oh, we're over here. Cara-Renee, don't go clear over there. You're over here. This is our page. This is our last page, so we want to stay over here. I really like that button, but it'll show when there's something is not in the window. So I'm going to set that there, and I'm going to do a little bit of rub-on stuff here. So let's see. I don't want to waste that though. I'm bummed about that. We could go up with this so we could see our button still. But then where do I put the flower now that I've undone it? Could go clear to this edge. Yeah, I think I'm going to put my flower up here. Get it going the right way. Let's just do it. Let's not overthink it, okay? And they gave me a stick. I also have one that I keep in my junk journal. Actually, I'm going to use my bone folder. I use whatever's at hand, but I did get one in another package of rub-ons that I've kept in my junk journal July basket. So baskets, it's growing. I think I'm going to have room in this journal, so I might go and revisit some of the prompts and elaborate on them through the end of the month. We'll see. Whoops. Oh, pretty good. Oh, that's so pretty. Now I know why Meg cuts around, because you actually have that plastic still. I think you can rub it out to a degree. That is so beautiful. Oh my goodness. So, do we want to put, maybe we'll just put this butterfly under there too, so that when the window is not, when it's open, you'll be able to see the butterfly. Let's do that. Just going to kind of put it like that. Oops. So, update for those of you who watch my channel, I told you my daughter and her family are in Hawaii. It's my daughter's birthday. She turned 38. That's not why they went. They just happened to go over her birthday. And two of her kids, Tanner and Kenzie, both ran a 5K in Hawaii. Like, what an amazing opportunity to get to do that. It's kind of a once in a lifetime. I lost my antenna and I lost a bit of the wing. Oh well. But they won, and Tanner came in 3rd place. So I think it's so cool. They were reluctant to go do it because they had to go and get their paperwork at like 4:30 in the morning, and then the race didn't start until 6:30, and they didn't know what they were going to do for 2 hours because it was like an hour away from where they're staying. So I was so thrilled when I got that message that they did actually do it. So I was super happy, and that Kenzie did it too. She's probably going to do long distance, or what do they call that? No, what do they call it? Not long distance running. I can't think of it. I can't think of it. Okay, so that's going to go there. So now we need to work on our picture. So let's move this out of the way the moment. So I'm just going to center that. Oh, that's so beautiful. So I can actually do the same thing. I can go ahead and just put glue on the back of the whole thing. I am going to reach for my Fabri-Tac because I am going to be gluing over my stitching, which is always a little bit tricky. Sorry about the itchy. Touch something that didn't like me. Oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. Oh, okay, so let's do that. Oh, this has got the plastic on the back. So that's not going to work. Oh, I didn't even see that. So let's see if we can get some double-sided tape. I know I have some. I just don't tend to like double-sided tape on any day of the week. And especially because I can't find my pokey tool. I don't know where my pokey tool is. Oh, it's right where it belongs. I must have cleaned up in between. Well, I did clean up a little bit, but not a lot. Okay, so we're just going to use double-sided tape. It's not my preferred thing because you're committed. Like you don't get a lot of chances. But I think we do have some freedom with this image. So I'm going to use my sticky scissors and just clip that off as we go. So I'm just going to put the rest of this tape on. Yeah, so this plastic and Fabri-Tac do not really play well together, so that's why I went for plan B here. So I'm just gonna really burnish that because I am going over that stitching. Just make sure it's nice and stuck in all of those threads. So when I pull it off, I'm gonna have my tape stick. Okay. And this is one of the reasons why I do not like double-sided tape, because trying to get it off is a bear. It's a pain in the patootie. And this is even going to be harder, so stay. You're not staying. Why are you not staying? If you guys have tips for this, I'd love to hear it, because I have a lot of double-sided tape, but I avoid it because of this. And I so appreciate the little tips and tricks people share with me. I haven't responded to recent comments yet, but Shelly had said that you can get your sticky scissors unsticky with baby oil. Who'd have thunk it? I didn't know that. So again, we have to be very, very committed here. So I'm just going to put this over there, and I'm going to hope for the best. There we go. Okay. I'm going to just get that nice and stuck down. I wish I'd inked around that window. That's okay. I am inking in my junk journal July. I'm just not doing it as much as I would in my normal crafting journey here. So I'm just going to trim those edges off. Probably will ink that because I can see that white paper and I don't want to get too close to my stitching. So I am trying to be strategic here. And I don't really want to cut those threads off. I like them in this case. Yeah. Success. I didn't cut them off. So now I believe I am caught up. Today is the 13th. And this is, oh, I've got one more day. Today we're doing 11 and 12, so I've just got one more day to catch up. Not too bad, since the last time I filmed or did any Junk Journal July was on the 4th of July. So feeling pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, there we go. So let's just ink that just to get rid of that white. It also, when you ink, it just hides where things aren't quite as even as they could be. So, oh, that didn't matter. I think I was thinking that this was going to be a pocket and then my image would slide into it. I wasted you, butterfly. I'm so sorry. I know you're there and you're bringing beauty from beneath. Oh, gosh. Too funny. Oh my gosh. But now I feel like this is blank up here, or too empty up there. So let's see what else we've got here. Shall we bring in this other butterfly and just bring out a sister butterfly here? Let's do it. I like this color because it's going to carry over from the previous page, which I really like doing. It tends to help everything flow really well. I need to find a storage system for my rub-ons though, because these are separating really bad. It must be the brand. Okay, so I noticed that when Meg is doing it, she's actually cutting closer to the image. And that's so you don't get all that extra plastic. So I'm going to try that today. Probably won't remember it. So I'll probably do again another 3 or 4 prompts before I come back and do a prompt again with you. Just because I have other things I need to do on the channel, so I can't film everything that I'm doing with Junk Journal July. Oh, it's just sliding off. There we go. There we go. Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, butterfly. I feel terrible. And I lost my button. I lost my button. But I love this page so much. Okay, so now we can glue the whole thing down. I am going to use my Fabri-Tac because this is very heavy now. The packaging was heavy. That window was heavy because it was a box. Not like a super thick box, but definitely probably like 110-pound cardstock if I was going to imagine the equivalent. It was pretty thick, so here we go. And I might not do an accordion journal the next time because I feel like there's more cost to the bulking up of this, but I could be wrong. I need to just tie it up again and see what I think. So we're going to go up here a bit, right there. Let's just have it be right there. Give it a good press. And then we've got those threads again. We've got threads and threads next to each other. Did not plan that. Okay, there we go. So let's go ahead and put on our little thing. So I watched one of the creators. She actually just prints a number 1, 2, 3, 4 all the way to 31, and then she just attaches that to the page, which I love that idea because these are so small. But I thought, well, in a pinch it would work. So, and I have the bigger one, but I actually glued it into my planner, so I would have that memory in my planner. So just a little bit of glue here and then we are done. So where should we put this? I think right here, right down here. Okay, that is it for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed the share of the previous day's prompts and then today that we did together, light and packaging. So I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.